The Bottom Line, weekdays on LDB TV. Presented by LDB Media. Welcome to Sports World News. Sonny Michaels was a great and reliable back that they had for many years since 2018. So they gave him up to the Rams of all teams. So they get value back from draft picks, future draft picks, first round picks, and a few second round picks. So I think that the Patriots, Bill Belichick, he's the GM and the coach. Whatever he do and decide, I guess he has the freedom to do everything he has to do. But at the same time, will this be a detrimental move that's going to hurt the Patriots when it comes down to liability and running backs? Right now, you have the rookie Robertson, then you have the other running backs that's on the current roster as we speak right now. I believe that this is going to be an opportunity for them to step it up. But at the same time, hope Bill Belichick knows what he is doing, knows how to, what's that word for? Make up for the lack of depth, because they got a pretty good backfield this year, and Cam Newton or Mac Jones should be able to facilitate themselves with the team in the offensive line. The offensive line has a great rapport with each other, and they are playing with great chemistry. A lot of tongue twisters. But at the same time, they're doing great stuff. And in other news, Teddy Bridgewater get a second chance at quarterback. Broncos announced today, an hour ago, matter of fact, that Teddy Bridgewater is definitely, in fact, the starting quarterback. And right now, Drew Lock, I don't know what's going to happen to him. What's going to be an opportunity for this young man, but I think he'll get an opportunity to start or be a starter one day in the NFL. But right now, the Broncos have chosen Teddy Bridgewater as the winner of their starting quarterback competition over the incompetent Drew Lock. This is sources from ESPN. And when someone loses a position, they constantly go and start insulting, the person that is going against the other person that did not win the job. So I'm just dying to wait. Excuse me, I'm not dying. I'm intrigued right now. I'm just intrigued to see what they're going to say about Cam Newton and Mac Jones quarterback competition when whoever decided to be the starting quarterback. I'm telling you right now, Cam Newton is the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. This little misunderstanding of the COVID-19 approved appointment outside of the facilities. I just don't understand, how, this becomes traction the way it is, but it is. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what the news article is going to say about Cam Newton when he starts over Mac Jones. And nothing against Mac Jones, but I'm just going to say this. Bill Belichick never started a rookie as starting quarterback, and none of his teams ever since he's been the head coach of the New England Patriots. So the thing is, no rookie has started for Bill Belichick. Regardless, Mac Jones was picked high in the first round, number 15 in the first round of the draft picks. So, how is the New England fans really feel about this? I guess they have no choice to really understand one thing. It's not their decision, it's the GM/coach decision. And I think the Kraft family are going to have a lot of say about it when it actually is said and done. But right now, I'm looking for a certain article that I was reading this morning about Cam Newton and how everybody now is saying that Mac Jones is this opportunity to seize the moment for the quarterback position, starting quarterback position. And I'm like, I'm reading over and over the articles that's talking about talking about Cam Newton and how there's an in turn dislike or discomfort towards Cam Newton in New England in the organization, which is crazy to me that everything that transpires from the news from yesterday is crazy. All of a sudden now there's a discomfort for people. I'm just hitting my mic, but it's for Cam Newton. And here you go. This is the article I've been looking for, and it's crazy. It's another article from Fox News and ESPN. Fox News Sports. Okay. Patriots unhappy with Cam Newton's absence as Mac Jones gets opportunity to shine. Report. Cam Newton will be eligible to return on Thursday while Mac Jones could get a decent shot to prove his worth. Really? Now, let's read some more. The New England Patriots are reportedly unhappy with Cam Newton's recent mishap with the league's COVID-19 testing protocols, and his absence from the team has created a window of opportunity for rookie Mac Jones. Now, let's pause right there. Okay, the opportunity's always been there. There's never a chance that someone definitely going to have a position, regardless they're winning the position battle or whatever. But the thing is, to put things out there in articles, what's your angle? What's the motive here? So let's really keep reading. Here we go. Newton is undergoing a 5-day recent process after he missed a day of testing while away from the team's facility, and resources told the NFL Network on Tuesday that this has created a problem for the projected starter. Really? Really? Let's keep reading. There is a level of frustration internally with Cam Newton's situation. NFL Network's I can't even say his name, Michael G. NFL Network's Michael G. Reported. One important member of the organization believes this has opened a window of opportunity for rookie Mac Jones. Now, per sources, there is a level of frustration internally with the Cam Newton situation. One important member of the organization believes that this has opened a window of opportunity for rookie Mac Jones. The team practices today and then with the New York Giants tomorrow before Newton can return. All right, this is a Twitter feed for Mike G from NFL Network. Now, Newton will be eligible to return on Thursday, but in his absence, Jones, who has been making strong case for himself as a starter in the preseason, listen to this now, has been getting a ton of time on the field, including on Wednesday. Okay, of course he's going to get a ton of time. Cam Newton's not there. All right. So including on Wednesday when the Patriots began 2 days of joint practices with the New York Giants. The Patriots released a statement on Monday in response to Newton's absence. Now, check this response out. On Saturday, Cam Newton traveled to a club-approved appointment that required him to leave the New England area. He received daily COVID tests, which were all negative, the Patriots wrote. Now, what's the mishap or confusion if it was a club-approved medical appointment outside of the area? Now, two things that don't sit well with me with this. If it was club-approved, then the media took it like Cam Newton wants to do what he wants to do and just say goo to the COVID-19 protocols that the NFL has put in place for this coming season. It seems like they're out to put a narrative on Cam Newton and showing that, like, making it seem like he's so irresponsible, that this was his fault and all his fault. Well, clearly, this states on Saturday, Cam Newton traveled to a club-approved medical appointment. That means that the organization approved of this medical appointment. So if they didn't approve, they would said otherwise when they addressed the media. Now, let's keep reading. Due to a misunderstanding about tests conducted away from NFL facilities and as required by the NFLPA protocols, Cam will be subject to the 5-day entry cadence process before returning to the facility. Cam will continue participating virtually in team activities and return to the club facility on Thursday, August 26th, which is tomorrow. Now, I just don't understand why everything is just going towards Cam. It's Cam. Cam's did this. Cam's not doing this. Okay, why? Why would this continue to be just big time news? Oh, he just broke one of the NFL's rules for the first time this season. But wouldn't the organization know what he's doing if he is part of the organization? Something to think about. Now, Ivan Ramoport from NFL Network also said essentially Cam Newton tried to do the right thing and got tested away from the facility so he wouldn't miss a day. but that part wasn't communicated to the team. So he officially missed a day, even though he didn't. Now he must wait 5 days. Okay, this is reported. Now, Patriots quarterback Cam Newton is at practice because of what the team called a misunderstanding about tests conducted away from the facility. Statement from the New England Patriots on Saturday. Cam Newton traveled to a club approved medical appointment that required him to leave the New England area. He received daily COVID tests, which were all negative. Due to a misunderstanding about tests conducted away from NFL facilities and as required by the NFL-NFLPA protocols, Cam will be subject to the 5-day entry cadence process before returning to the facility. Cam will continue participating virtually in team activities and return to the club facility on Thursday. I think I read this statement. I'm going to keep reading it because it doesn't make sense to me. If he was approved, it's approved, a club approved, that means they approved him to go. Now there's scrutiny against Cam because he was approved to go. Regardless of the statements you read earlier, that he went to sound like he went to an appointment without their approval. That's what it sounded like. But then when they put the statement out and said it was a club approved appointment. When you say club, are you saying the organization? Are you saying, what are you saying when you're saying club? Are you saying organization? Or are you saying a club? What club are you talking about? The New England Patriots? Or someone in the organization allowed him to go? Somebody knew of this. So why isn't that put out with the story? But it seems to make Cam look like the bad guy once again. The Camspiracy continues. Now, continue to move forward. Now I'm going to move down, and this just goes on and on and on. There's a lot of retractions about this story when it first was put out yesterday or the day before yesterday, and then all of a sudden now check this out. Now here comes now the facts are out now, and now they're sticking to one particular story now. And here we go. The NFL Network later reported that Newton will still got tested daily to abide by league rules, but failed to communicate that to the team, resulting in his removal from the team's facility. Okay, even if that's true or not, he made a mistake, and at least he is trying to do the right thing while he's out in the way, away from the team. Now, Bill Belichick is likely among those unhappy with the situation. During the press conference, he declined to elaborate on it, saying the league rules are the league rules. So basically, he's unhappy, he's upset, I guess. But you know how the media can do. The media could take one thing and twist it and then turn it to another thing. And then here we go. There's trouble in the land of football dealing with Cam Newton. It's always about everything he's a part of. Somebody's going to have a story on. They fishing for something. Now watch this. Now, I'm not saying this. Hope it doesn't happen. But when he gets back, check it out. When he gets back, I'm looking at the camera this time. When he gets back, and let's say he does play for this final preseason game. Okay, either Mac Jones go first, and then he comes in later, or they still stick with the same game plan. He goes first, then Mac Jones, right? Or he get one series, Mac Jones get the rest of the series, then Brian Hoyer, right? Watch the press conference, especially when he comes back Thursday. They're going to start asking all kinds of questions about the situation. Now, when this situation is brought to light, and however response that he responds to, just watch how they take it, twist his words, and then there's another news article, and the Camspiracy going to continue for the rest of the whole preseason. Watch. I'm going to use that word, Camspiracy. That's Camspiracy continues. That's the title of this segment. The Camspiracy continues. So that's Cam Newton. So, it's crazy. It's real crazy how they just take things and my God, just run with it, man. Just run with it. More about the football world, it's pretty much simple. It's simple stuff. And now check this out. All you Carolina Panther fans and you Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Excuse me, I got the burp. Excuse me. Dwayne Hopkins to start the Steelers preseason game versus the Panthers. Now, wow, that's funny. So I guess they're not going to play Ben Roethlisberger yet, or they'll finish the preseason or whatever. So in a press conference Wednesday morning, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin Tomlin, butchering his name, announced Ben Roethlisberger or Mason Rudolph will not play Friday night. So that's why he's starting, obviously. So now, Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin spoke to the media on Wednesday morning ahead of their final preseason matchup against the Carolina Panthers Friday night. Do you know every preseason, majority every other year, but majority every preseason so far, the Carolina Panthers has played the Pittsburgh Steelers in almost every preseason game. Okay, continue on. In the press conference, Mike Tomlin stated Steelers quarterback Dwayne Hopkins would get the start against the Panthers. All right. So while many Steelers fans were hoping to see Dwayne Hopkins playing with other first team players, it appears this move is not as much about Hopkins as it is the other Steelers quarterbacks. Coach Tomlin also stated that neither Ben Roethlisberger nor Mason Randolph will play on Friday night. Okay. So far in the 2000 preseason, Hopkins has appeared in all three of the Steelers games, playing a total of 88 offensive snaps. Hopkins has completed 28 passes on 42 attempts for a 66.7% completion percentage. In all, Hopkins has passed for 271 yards and has thrown one touchdown with no interceptions. While some assume this means Mason Randolph has locked in the backup quarterback position in 2018, the Steelers did not play the presumed backup Landry Jones in the final preseason game and ended up releasing him days later. So the fact that Rudolph is not playing in this game does not mean that he should instantly be anointed the number 2 quarterback. Although, it is one indication the Steelers are continuing in that direction. That's sad for Rudolph, man. But exactly which players will be on the field alongside with Hopkins to start the game on Friday night remains to be seen. Coach Tomlin stated many of their regulars will not see action, although he does expect Carolina to play their regular players. Okay, so we got that out the way. So right now, Hopkins get another opportunity to showcase his skills and showcase who he is, fighting for and jockeying for the second backup behind Ben Roethlisberger. So right now, he has a great opportunity to supersede expectations that people always think he's ready to fail at. So, and we was in Washington on the Washington football team, he was a starter. Alex Smith was the backup. Then he was benched for Alex Smith. So what Ron Rivera saw about him last year, this Pittsburgh Steelers, see something different in him this year, and he has been playing like that in the preseason games. Ohio State is my football team, college football team that I follow, and guess what? He is one of the quarterbacks that came from Ohio State, did pretty good. The years that he was there, he showed in his shine, and I appreciate the opportunity that he's getting a second chance at football, and I hope it makes him a better person in life. Not just in football, but as a person, period, and as a soon-to-be husband, if that's still on. But at the same time, he's getting a second chance at football. That's awesome. So, moving on. I don't really, 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 really. First of all, before I hold up, check this out. Okay, check this out. I used to be a big baseball fan. Okay, a big baseball fan. Chicago White Sox was my baseball team. I lived and breathed at that time about Chicago White Sox. Big Hurt, Frank Thomas was on that team. He was one of my favorite players with a few names I couldn't pronounce. But at the same time, these guys in that team in 2005 was a great Chicago White Sox baseball team. Okay, when the steroid era hits, okay, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for baseball. I used to be a baseball fan that used to get ESPN. Regardless football fan, I used to watch basketball here and there. I used to just watch the highlights of the baseball highlights. Every morning before I went to work, school, whatever, because I was such a big fan of it. I just watched the highlights, man, and it like, wow, man, it's awesome. And it kept getting me joy. Like, man, baseball is hot. Baseball is awesome. I used to like I used to like baseball. I used to love it. I used to have passion for it, just like I have for the NFL, and that's slowly wiggling away just a little tad. But we'll see how it pans out for the rest of the season. Now, baseball used to be, one of my sports, secondary sports. Two, basketball, and football is number one, obviously. So it was football, baseball, and then basketball. Now, it's majority mostly football, and that seems like the passion of that is scarce, going away just a little bit. But right now, as reason why I'm talking about it, because I don't really do baseball news. I really don't do a lot of baseball coverage because I don't participate, watch it, or want to know it, you know, anymore. Or the player names and stats and stuff like that. Besides the stats I already knew at growing up and in my young adulthood. So, for all the baseball fans out there, if you're waiting to hear something about baseball, I guess I'll give something about baseball to keep it balanced and not biased because to one sport, but sports world news, that's what it's called. So it's not sports world news and it's just about football. It's got to be other sports, but interesting stories to talk about, not just anything random. So, the Orioles might just lose forever. I guess they're on a losing streak. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been covering and watching it. So right now, and I hope they rebound for the Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles. They had a decent team a few years ago. As this article says, Wednesday bird droppings, then the losing streak might just go on forever. I guess they're the new Red Sox or New York Yankees. You become the World Series. No, actually, Chicago Cubs. But the thing is, that was just a reference, a little pun. Don't worry about it. So, they're talking about the Orioles and pitching staff is pretty bad. Spencer Wiggins has gone from fun story to flounder in a matter of months. It's tough to imagine they will keep giving him starts, sporting an EAR over 7. Good Jesus God. Man, it's a similar story for reliever Connor Wade, who just got knocked around again, serving up 5 runs on 6 hits in just 1.1 innings. Yeah, they must got a bad team. There are no saviors coming. Maybe someone like Alexander Wells or Mike Bauman can earn a call-up and pull off a string of interesting starts to wrap up the season. That feels more uh, uh, doable, I guess, than handling the ball to a long time, quadruple A guy and praying for the best. So, but at least we all know that the pitching is bad. It's almost not worth talking about. So I guess I'm gonna stop talking about the Baltimore Orioles. So I hope they start winning again. But right now, that's the only baseball news I got for you guys. But my main thing was to talk about Cam Newton because there's multiple articles that I'm trying to find, and they won't show them because I want you to understand how they is coming at Cam, especially the weei.com. For some reason they got report the news, but they don't like Cam Newton. They just, since he been a Patriot, they have not said anything kind about Cam. They might say he had a good game or he showed performance, but he's always scrutiny. Now I'm trying to find that article. Patriots unhappy when see the same thing, so it's constantly going over and over and over and over with the same narrative. Boom, 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 boom. Perhaps the most interesting aspect of the 49ers offseason has been the evolution of their roster battles. Going into training camp, it seemed pretty straightforward with a couple of players each envying over starting jobs or roster spots at a few positions. Okay, the 49ers are having a battle. Now, a month into camp with 2 preseason games down, the battle at quarterback is heating up. The wide receiver roster battle has changed entirely, and other positions have been new names entering the fold. Okay, go ahead, 49ers. 49ers. This is on the Niners Wire. Okay, so this is who's reporting this report. Here's an update on the roster battles we are watching going into camp now that there's just 1 preseason game left. Let's talk about the quarterbacks. Head coach Kyle Shanahan has maintained it. This isn't a competition, but rookie Trey Lance has looked good enough in stretches to at least make things interesting with Jimmy Garoppolo atop the depth chart. The safer play is to start the veteran, which that's my play if I was the coach. I would start the veteran. That's what he's there for. Start the veteran. Skill set is going to keep the debate going until I started his name. So that's a competition there. Strong safety. Not trying to get all to that, but hey, this has changed dramatically since the start of the offseason when it looked like uh, T. Moore would be the front runner to start at strong safety. He suffered an Achilles injury, though, that may sideline him for the year. Uh-oh. Man, these names, man. Ooh, it's I can't. I'm not about to butch these guys' name, but there's quite a battle there. But enough with the 49er news, because I'm not a 49er fan, but at the same time, I would talk about the Panthers, but I stated in my other podcast about, Cam Newton. That's my quarterback, and I follow him, and I will continue to support him till he get that championship ring. He has the opportunity to get it this year with the Patriots, and the reason why I'm saying that because they're stacked. Their defense has always been stellar, and as I watched them last year, and as I watched them in preseason, we guarded the second, third string players looking for jobs for the new coming up season. Even last year with Cam, they was dangerous. They was dangerous. They were dangerous. I mean, dangerous. When I say dangerous, it was scary dangerous. You know, actually watching a Patriots game, following the Patriots while he was as he's been on the team, watching them putting the plays together, putting the pieces together, I was like, wow, they look scary, man. And man, I'm really intrigued and see what they can be looking like going forward. Because the running game is sick this year, and me paying attention more to the Patriots in their stellar plays and how they put the stuff together and the chemistry. It's intriguing me. That's why I like to watch them now. I'm not the Patriots fan. Once again, I'm following Cam Newton, but as I'm following Cam Newton, I'm paying attention to what the team is doing around him and with him and the pieces that they have now that everybody that opted out last year is now back this year. And I'm liking what I'm seeing when it comes to the defense. Man, the defense is sick. It looks scary. And I'm telling you, I watched the Carolina Panthers preseason games too as well. I watched them. First quarter, they're always a first half team. And when Cam Newton was on the team, their secondary is always the Achilles heel to the Carolina Panthers. Their defense, their secondary on the defense has always been their Achilles heel. Dante Jackson is still stellar. I still like him. When they got rid of my boy Bradbury, they got rid of him to the Giants, man. I was like, here comes the Josh Norman effect again. Shut down corner, moved because you won't pay him. Now you got Matt Rule as head coach, second year on his 6-year deal, $60 million. Now, the thing is, it always takes him 2 years to get a rhythm and a battle rhythm. He did it from Houston to Temple and to Baylor in college football. Now that he's in the NFL, I wonder what he's going to do to the Panthers. I'm intrigued. Bridgewater did great. Okay, hold up. Bridgewater didn't do terrible last year. It's just that they didn't give him opportunity to get comfortable with the system for a second year. Instead of allowing Bridgewater to continue to be the quarterback and get more familiar and more comfortable with the system for year two, they traded him to the Broncos, and then they traded for Sam Darnold, which is not a scrub, but of the few years, I think it's 3 or 4 that he's been in the NFL, maybe 5, if I'm correct. Sam Darnold, I think it's 4. Sam Darnold, he's showed promise, but when he got mono the second year, then his third year, he wasn't producing. It wasn't because of him, but yeah, it probably was because of him and the offensive line, because they didn't believe in the coach they had too. Adam Case, I think that's his name, the coach. They didn't believe in the coach, so they stopped playing for the coach. And when you stop playing for a particular coach, it's a problem. The team is not going to perform. They're not going to play for one another. They are not going to continue to be strong in the locker room. When it comes to relationships, things going to suffer. Things will suffer. And your trust for the coaching, I'm constantly hitting my mic if you're hitting that third sound. Things that continue to change or continue to get bad if the locker room chemistry gets disturbed in any kind of way. So the Jets was not as strong as they were the first year. now that they have a new coach, now they have a new rookie, rookie quarterback. You know, they're gonna do some things that I think gonna shock the NFL world this year, and they're not gonna be scrubs. I tell you that. I don't know how many games they might win. I give the Jets prediction. You know what? At the end of this podcast, at the end of the segment, I will give my prediction of every team in the NFL, all 32 teams, of their projected win total and losing projected win total for the year, and who's going to make the playoffs and who's not going to make the playoffs. That's at the end. But we got some more news to go. So, Texas A&M football names Haynes King starting quarterback to succeed four-year starter Kalen Mond. So that's crazy. Kalen Mond, 4-year starter, but King, I don't know who King is. He's the starting quarterback to succeed. Okay, to succeed him. Okay, cool. But other than that, that's little college news. Can Dak Prescott lead Dallas to the NFC East title this season? First take debates. I don't care about that. No, I hope he comes back healthy. That's number one. First, he comes back healthy. His foot is fully healed, and then if his health is intact, then we should have a good Dallas Cowboys team. If he does not come back intact and he struggles and have any injury whatsoever, Dallas is going to have to start rebuilding and finding a new quarterback. Regardless the deal that Dak has signed, it still needs another quarterback. Back to baseball news. Yankees just keep winning. Edge Braves for 11th straight. It's been so much fun. Man, 5-4. New York Yankees over the Atlanta Braves. Final, August 24th. That was last night. Moving forward. All right, preseason game. The New York Giants versus the New England Patriots. Let's reverse that. The New England Patriots versus New York Giants, as they're going to be in New York August 29th. Game starts at 5 o'clock p.m. All right. So we're going to check that game out. I'm going to continue to watch it. I hope I get a chance to watch it if I'm not busy around that time on Sunday. But we are going to see. But we'll check it out and see if what progressed from the Cam Newton saga, the Camspiracy, continues. All right. KC Royals, and the Houston Astros. Wow, they play. Oh, they're playing right now, first inning. So you baseball fans, get out there. Okay, so it's about news and not it's about the news. But soccer, okay. Cristiano Ronaldo, famous soccer player, injured. Latest on possible transfer. He might get a transfer from another team. And look, I had surgery on my neck, so my speech impairment right now and getting words out properly, it's going to take some more time. But I'm practicing talking, so that's why I'm continuing to practice my talking, pronouncing names best way I can, so I could get better at doing what I have to do. Okay. In basketball news, Knicks center Nerlens Noel is suing agent Rich Paul. Claiming $58 million in lost salary. Someone is angry. Football news schedule really. Chicago Bears versus Tennessee Titans, August 28th at 6 o'clock p.m. Okay, that's gonna be a good one. Reacting to Matt Nagy naming Andy Dalton the Bears' Week 1 starter over Justin Fields. This dude is nuts. I'm gonna tell you why he's nuts. See, I follow Chicago. I grew up with Chicago Bears, and I do, as same appearance on the NFL season. I watched Chicago, and I follow Carolina. Now, since Cam is on the Patriots, I watched him as well. So there's 3 teams that I follow and watch and see what they're about. Now, not saying Patriots are not my team. Once again, Chicago and Carolina is the teams that I follow. Okay. Now, reacting to Matt Nagy naming Andy Dalton the Week 1 starter. I know he got him and gave him money for that. Justin Fields is a rookie, and my philosophy, do not start your rookie. However, not to get so loud in that part. However, when the rookie, one more time, when the rookie quarterback is showing more promise than the starter quarterback, the veteran, there's an argument right there. I don't know. This might be Nagy's and the GM's last year if this don't pan out. But he's a veteran. Like I said, stick to my values in football. Become the quarterback. The veteran must play over the rookie. No matter how good they are, and how much promise they show. You have a veteran that's been out and known in the NFL, multiple teams, and now you got him for a purpose. He has to start. So I do agree, but I disagree. I agree because he's a veteran and you got to start the veteran over the rookie. But saying at the same time, forgive me, at the same time, I don't know about the decision for Chicago. That's why you got this high draft pick and this awesome quarterback. Maybe he got to see the field of the game. I mean, see and hit and feel the field of the game first, and in the regular season before he get the nod. Because I believe me, by the end of this year, he will be starting quarterback. Justin Fields will be the Chicago Bears starting quarterback mid-season, halfway through. I'm telling you, it's coming. Not saying Andy Dalton is not capable of getting them to what they need to get, but he's not. Okay, moving forward. All right. Huh. More stuff. More stuff about Cam. I'm trying to find that article, but I can't find it. So right now, that is the sports world news for right now. I am LJ, your host. The bottom line. This has been the bottom line. The bottom line is get the facts straight before you start ridiculing other people, other players, especially in the sports world. But that's the sports world. That's my opinion. I know I can't add that in every segment, but it's the truth. All right. Other than that, guys, this has been the bottom line podcast, sports world news. Continue to listen in, tune in on Spotify, and continue to listen to other episodes as well. I'm just looking and reading at something at the same time. Recording and video recording and auto recording your podcast is sometimes difficult. You get interrupted, and you don't want to get interrupted all the time. But just being real, that's how it is. Now, since I'm at the end, all 32 teams win total. Okay, let's go to let me put up a chart real quick of the teams, and especially the charts, the depth they got right now. Give me 1 second, because this is going to be fun. It's going to be real fun, and it's going to show the NFL what they're getting right and what they're not getting right this upcoming season. But let's do it. Let's see. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Well, then I hope everybody's having a good time. I hope everybody is looking at the future. And okay, so let's go. Regular season. Care about the preseason. I'm talking about the regular season. All right, here we go. I'm going to just give the week one for right now. I'm going to give week one wins. Straight off the bat. Week one wins starting September 9th. Excuse me. And then on Sunday, on September 12th, I'm going to name all the teams. I'm going to tell you who's going to win that game and who's going to be the loser. All right? Check this out. We go on to the Cowboys and Buccaneers game. Sunday night football. No, actually, that's Thursday night football. Forgive me. That's Thursday night football right there. 7:20 on NFL Network. Thursday night football is going to be the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. I'm going ahead and tell you right now, I picked the Buccaneers because they're defending Super Bowl champions. They got Tom Brady. They got the same team. And they're looking more dangerous than they did last year on the second half of the football season. So I'm picking the Buccaneers. And I'm saying this is going to be a blowout. So Buccaneers over Cowboys. Thursday night football. I'm going to say 35-14. 35-14. Now, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans, September 12th. This is Sunday football now. All right, I'm picking the Texans because they look more improved. They look improved than they have. Trevor Lawrence, he's a starting quarterback, obviously, but he has a long way to go. His O-line is terrible, even in preseason play. I don't care the first, second, or third string, and the defense is not up to where they were 5 years ago. So I'm picking the Texans, And this might be, I'm not gonna say blowout. I'm just gonna get the score. I say 21-6. Houston Texans over the Jaguars. All right, moving down to the Chargers and the Washington football team. I picked the Washington football team because Ron Rivera is one of my favorite coaches, and I still root for him. I still watch his team. I watch the teams that he coached because he has the knack, he has the knowledge and the experience, and he knows what he's doing. Then he coached Cam Newton. Okay, so get out the way. And Washington football team has a sick and dangerous defense. Chase Young, defensive player of the year candidate for again this year. I think he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it this year. If he didn't get it this year, or rookie, he got the rookie of the year, I think. But if he didn't get defensive player of the year, he's gonna get it this year, and I think he's gonna get it because he's a monster. The Chargers got Justin Herbert, and he's doing his thing. The team looked good, but I picked Washington because the coaching experience, quarterback experience with Fitzpatrick behind on that center, and the defense. Defense alone. Washington's not going to be a scrub. Washington's not going to be a scrub this year. So Washington 21-6. No, that's 26 is Jacksonville. I pick on this one. It's going to be a low scoring game though, because of the defense alone. Because both teams got a good defense, but Washington loses defense a little bit better. Washington over the Chargers. I'm going to go ahead and say it. 28-17. All right, 49ers and the Detroit Lions. Here we go. San Francisco 49ers and Detroit Lions. All right, I pick the 49ers. Just in case, because, well, I picked the 49ers. Defense alone, that's it. Defense alone, quarterback play right now. If Jimmy Garoppolo is at center, they're going to have a chance. And I don't see no high scoring game here. I see a low scoring game here. And I'm just going to predict. I say maybe 15-10. 49ers over the Lions. All right, Jets and the Carolina Panthers. All right. I picked the Panthers because this is a revenge game for Sam Darnold. And I'm going to say 21-13 Panthers. That's all I can say. Not because of defense, offense, on either side, on either team, but Panthers is the team I follow. I grew up with. I'm from Carolina, so 21-13 Panthers. All right, Cleveland Browns and the Chiefs. Now that's probably part of the game of the afternoon right there. You got two afternoon games. You got the Broncos and Giants at 3:25 p.m. and then you got the Browns and Chiefs at 3:25 p.m. And I think the more attractive game is the Browns and the Chiefs. The reason me saying this is because the Chiefs Super Bowl champions prior to a year ago, got Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, the tight end. Defense is improved. Offense is improving. You know, they're still a threat, and they're still the favorites in the AFC. So, but the Cleveland Browns last year came on strong. They came on strong, showing, improving who they are, showing their worth. And I hope it wasn't a fluke. So, I just say I'm gonna go with the Browns. I go with the underdogs. I'm gonna go with the underdogs. Which is why I'm going to underdogs. And I know you're probably like, you didn't pick the underdogs in the Jets and in the Panthers game because Panthers my team, so why would I go against them? But anyway, well, I say my team, the team I follow, but I won't go against them anyway. So the Browns of the Chiefs, and this is why. I think Baker Mayfield, OBJ, Landry, and that defense, man, Miles, Garrett, and their offensive line, they're gonna return to form this year. They got something to prove, and I think they're gonna the best way to prove it is against a former Super Bowl champion, as in the Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Prove it game one. Show them where you are. Show them where you are, and show them who you are. So I picked the Browns over the Chiefs. And it's gonna be a high-scoring game here. Yeah, it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I say 35-28. It's gonna be a good game. Might go higher than that, but that's 35-28. Okay, moving on. Broncos and the Giants. Since we already know that Teddy Bridgewater is the starting quarterback, and then Daniel Jones, they said he looks improved this year. You haven't checked him out on preseason. And the weapons they required already and got from the draft, they said they're a much improved team. I give them that. But the Broncos has a decent defense, and offense, I don't know what kind of offensive weapons they have. So I'm going with the Giants. Yeah, I'm going with the Giants, and I say, yeah, 24-17, Giants. Moving forward to the Bears. We're to the Bears. Bears and the Rams. This is whoa. Hold up. Wait a minute. This must be the Sunday night game for it's Sunday night game. Sunday night football, NBC. Bears and the Rams. Okay, since we know Justin Fields is not starting, Andy Dalton is starting. Okay, I'm still going with the Bears. I'm picking the Bears because they're the Bears and they're my Bears, and I follow the Bears, so I'm picking the Bears. Defense, you got Mac back there still, so they're gonna be great on defense. I think they're gonna be stellar on defense. The Rams are nothing to play with if Matthew Stafford, he if he has grasped who they are in the offensive playbook already, then okay, I'll probably give him some play. I'll probably give him play. Probably give him some play. But other than that, Bears and high scoring game. Rams tend to go up on some time on the scoreboard. But I say defense is going to be the starter. Cause Aaron Donald's on the Rams, and he's now joke to play with. It's going to be a low scoring game, 18-13, Bears. Okay, moving on. This is week one now. I'm going about week one. And then I get to week 2, 3, 4 on the next podcast. So let's go. There I go. Okay, Seattle and the Colts. The Seahawks and the Colts. Seahawks because Russell Wilson. Enough said. Seahawks is going to show up. But that Colt defense, monster defense. Last year was sick, man. They was in contention with Phillip Rivers. They was in contention for the playoffs, and they were in contention to be dangerous if they had made the playoffs. But I think they did make the playoffs. But man, if they just had Andrew Luck with that defense and that offensive line they had, once one of the best offensive lines and probably the best defensive lines in the NFL right now going forward, if they show that same prowess and intensity and tenacity they had last year, they're going to be a team to watch. It's going to be a tough matchup between the Seahawks and the Colts, but the Seahawks going to edge them out. Matt Cliff, DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson. That matchup right there, that quarterback and receiver duo is scary. But Seahawks, and I see defense being a factor, but offense will eventually win. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I see a potential high scoring game here. 35-21 Seahawks over the Colts. All right, Eagles and the Falcons. Matty Ice got an arm. I mean, he could play the quarterback position. He can do it, guys. He can do it. But without Julio Jones, you got Kyle Ripley there. But without Julio Jones, you're not the same Falcons team. Don't have the same offensive line. You don't have the same. Well, the defense always been trash because I'm NFC South. Falcons has always been trash anyway. So, regardless, the Justin Hurts era has begun in Philadelphia. So I'm gonna get Philadelphia that win, but it's gonna be a high scoring game, and I see 28-24 Eagles. Okay, next game, Steelers versus the Bills. That might be a tough matchup for the Bills, or it might be a tough matchup for the Steelers because the Bills are as advertised. They're the darlings of the AFC East right now because the Patriots got to get back on par, but they will with Cam Newton. I say I'm gonna pick the Bills because Josh Allen is sick. You got Diggs, you got Beasley, you got a defense, and you got an offensive line. This is a true test for the Bills to see can they go against our AFC contender, our opponent like the Steelers, especially you got Ben back there as quarterback. Defensive game, but still high score. Bills over the Steelers, 20-13. Moving on, Vikings and the Bengals. Do I have to predict anything with these two teams? If Joe Burrows is back and stronger and healthier, I give the Bengals the edge because I watched them in preseason. The second screen, third screen was hungry. The first screen was hungry. And if he is back and he's healthy and he's ready to go, they're going to beat the Vikings. So I say 20-10 Bengals over the Vikings. Cardinals in Tennessee. This is going to be a good game. Cal Murray. You got Hopkins over there. Fitzgerald still. Man, then on the Titans side, you got Tannehill. You got Henry. Man, you got the list going on with these teams. But I hope I think this is the final year that the Cardinals might show some strides as a team and as an offensive force and defensive force. But Tennessee is, to me, it's got too much going for them, especially right off the bat, especially with Henry. I'm moving like a locomotive going through teams, and they're afraid to tackle him. Teams that are afraid to tackle and game plan around him. But this is a new year, so they might have game plan for Derrick Henry this time. Every team might have one. But I picked the Titans. I'm gonna pick the Titans because of Ryan Tannehill. He's playing lights out for the last 2 years, so I give him the edge. I say 28-30 Titans. All right, the game, the AFC East matchup that was last year and then again this year. Dolphins at New England. Dolphins versus the Patriots. And Cam Newton will start. Just like he did last year, he's going to start this year. Dolphins has improved dramatically. That has improved their football team, especially ex-assistant Bill Belichick and Forbes over there running the show on the Dolphins land down there in Florida. They gave them a game. They give them a game. They're rivals now because they're rivals. So they give them games. Give each other fits every time they play. Anyway, it doesn't matter who's center on any team. But Ryan Fitzpatrick is not there. They don't give him that energy and flair. And then you got Tua. Tua's not bad. Tua has some more growth to me. Should have been Fitzpatrick should still have been there and mentoring him. But I'm going with the Patriots. Bottom line, I'm going with the Patriots because Cam Newton there. The defense is sick. The offensive line is sick. And this is year 2 Cam getting comfortable in the playbook. After this blooper about him, the COVID and stuff is over. Belichick, I'm going to forgive him because he got high praise from the young man still. And after this fiasco gets over in the media, Cam will come ball because this is the fuel that he continued to put on the fire. That chip is on his shoulder, and he's going to show out and show in. Yeah, Cam's going to show out. Cam's going to show out. So I say Patriots, Dolphins. This is going to be a nail biter. It always is. It's a rival game. Yeah, I'm gonna make it fun. I'm gonna make it real fun. Patriots, 30-21. Patriots. That's the score, and they're gonna be on that game. Packers and the Saints. Oh my God. It depends on who's under center for the Saints. If it's Jameis Winston, they have a chance. If it's number 7, Tandem Hill, he was decent he was decent when Drew Brees was absent, but the true complete quarterback is Jameis Wilson. So Winston, he's butchering his name. And I think Wilson, Jameis is going to get that quarterback position, or they might play 2 quarterback system like it did the whole time. They haven't changed. But Jameis Winston is going to be the starter, and they're going to beat the Packers. I hate to say it because I don't like the Saints as not the team, but just rivalries in the South Carolina Saints. You get it. The Saints going to win, and they're going to win big fashion. It's going to be 28-17 Saints. Moving on. This is the last game on the Week 1 schedule. Monday Night Football. Ravens and the Raiders. John Gruden, Monday Night Football. Derek Carr. And they're playing in Las Vegas. I'm picking the Raiders. because John Gruden is one of my favorite coaches. I love how he dissects plays, X and O's, and he knows what he's doing when it comes to the game of football. Quarterback guru. Derek Carr is showing a surprise of being the starting quarterback, and he's doing great things as the Raiders quarterback. Now Lamar Jackson, I know he's a sensation. He's looking for that year to break out. Big contract year as well. You got Watkins over there, and now you got a tongue twister again. You got a legitimate air game now, offensive air game now, run in air game. But Sammy Watkins can't just be the only receiver you have. But they're decent on both sides. But I picked the Raiders. I'm going down the dog, and I'm going 24-15. Las Vegas Raiders. Excuse me, because I'm so used to Oakland. Las Vegas Raiders. So there you have it. That's my prediction for Week 1. If you got any disagreements or complaints about that, just leave your comments below in the comment section. Tell me give me your thoughts on who you think going to win. Give me your predictions, and if I come even close, even close to my score predictions, I'm gonna do it for the whole entire season. That's just for Week 1. We're gonna see how close I get. But all right, guys, that's it. That's the end of this sports world news. You guys have an awesome and blessed day, and I'll see you next time on The Bottom Line.